This is Kappa Go for October 23rd, 2025. Keep up to date with the important happenings in the Go community in about 15 minutes per week. I'm Shai Nechmad, coming to you live from Forge's offices in San Francisco. Thanks a lot, Forge, for sponsoring this live episode. More details at the ad break, but let's move on to the news. Welcome to this week's live episode. Jonathan is in Go West, Utah. We hope he'll join soon, just to say how he's doing. But we're going to get started. The big news for me, at least this week, is that Go 126 just posted the release notes. This is a draft. You know how your coworker posts like a draft PR. Oh, it's not ready yet. It still has all the to-dos. So this is just interesting if you want to understand what's going to come in the next version. 125 was just released, a month ago? Like it's a month or 2 months ago. Pretty young. So this is a few months out into the future. But if you want to know like what's going to be new in Go in the next version, things that have been merged already or are in progress, but things that are definitely like through the proposal process and are planned to be part of the language, this is where to go to. We've discussed some of these features already in past episodes of the show, in case you like are going to hear me talk about stuff and like, wait, didn't they talk about this in the past? But I'm going to go over the big things that interest me, which coincidentally means I'm not going to talk about anything related to crypto because I'm not smart enough to understand all these pull requests. But there are a ton of things in the draft about like, oh, the big int fields of public key are not deprecated and RSA has a private key, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, if you're Filippo Valsorda, these are for you. Everybody else can talk about the normal features. And as you can see, there are actually a lot. One we talked about, for example, is the multi-handler for slog that Jonathan complained about a lot. All right, it looks like we're getting a call from the field. Hello? Hello, who is this?
Hi, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Hello, John.
How's it going?
Where are you?
I'm in Lehi, Utah. Actually, no, I'm in American Fork, Utah, at the speakers dinner the night before Go West.
If you don't remember, although this is not going to be news because this episode is going to come out during the conference. So if you haven't bought your ticket yet and flew out, you missed it. But we talked to the Go West organizers.
Yeah, I'm one of the co-founders of the Go West conference, Mariah Peterson, longtime Go user, content creator, and obviously conference organizer. And yeah.
And Jonathan, you're going to give a talk there, right?
That's right. I'm going to talk about how I became a semi-official, I don't guess, contributor to the Go Standard Library.
You don't know this, but Josh Bleeker-Snyder, friend of the show.
My name is Josh Bleeker-Snyder. I have spent an inordinate amount of my life hacking on the Go compiler, toolchain, runtime, and being generally involved in the project.
I just went into the standard library and edited all the stuff in it live, smearing all your contributions.
Did he delete my 3 lines of code?
Possibly, but it's just local to his machine yet, so it's not an official Josh score. What's the energy like in Go West? Are you excited for tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. It's great to meet people in Meet Space, Mariah and Derek, who we had on the show, of course. I intend to meet Elliot from Dreams of Code. He's here. He's not at the dinner, but he'll be at the conference.
Oh, no way. Say hi.
Yeah.
And are you going to give out the new stickers?
I intend to.
What are our feelings about the new stickers? I really hope that's going to get, like, we're going to hear you because this is a unidirectional microphone. Otherwise, we'll just add it in post. Do you remember the sound from old Microsoft PowerPoint? Exactly. That's like, yeah. All right. So I've just been going through the 1.26 release notes. Already mentioned the multi-handler for slog. Anything specific on the release notes that you found, like, you're particularly excited it's already coming in 126?
If it were for nothing else, I would be excited about the changes to new. We talked about it on the show before. That's a long time coming. Be able to create pointers to arbitrary things without extra steps.
Yeah, that's like without getting the ampersand of the struct and then having to call new on that.
I am excited about the multi-handler for the logger as well. I will use that definitely, but the changes to new, that's all I need. That makes my day.
My main thing from this release notes is the Go fix. So I actually wasn't even aware of Go fix because I just used always linters and whatever. I didn't know that there was a specific command, but it was super old. But now it's going to be new again with better analyzers that use like pretty much the same thing as Go vet. And the old thing has been deleted. And just anything that can make my code more automated and more the same, and all the training data looks the same. So all the code my agent generates look the same, better as far as I'm concerned. It's like a big reason to use Go, at least for me. Yeah. And I just want to highlight one more thing, just because we just talked about it in this meetup. The var kind changes. So there's a new thing where you can get the type of a variable. Is it a local variable? Like the kind of a variable. Is it a local variable? Is it a package level variable? Whatever. Which I have no idea why I would even use. Like, what's the use case for? Is it only for people who write like compilers and interpreters and complicated stuff?
It's probably mostly for code analysis, yeah.
I'm not writing any analyzers. Just depending on other people to build the tooling.
You probably should be.
Should be writing them or shouldn't be writing them?
Yeah, you should be writing them. You should be.
I'll find some time. I
don't know why. It just seems like a good thing to say.
Probably a good thing for me to practice writing them. But probably someone else needs to vet them before someone else needs to go vet them. And of course, another thing we talked about in the show, but it's going to be super useful, is the artifact directory for testing. So I don't know about you, Jonathan, but I've been writing more and more Go code that's air quotes AI, meaning the API call is to OpenAI before and after API calls to other services.
Yes.
And like, during tests, saving like, oh, this was the prompt response. And, especially if I triggered guardrails, because I do a lot of AI security stuff now, like storing the LLM response in the artifact dir, super, 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 super useful.
Yes,
I assume that's the reasoning for why people actually did it, even though it's just generally useful, being able to do that just by like doing t.artifact dir. Just saves on the tiny bit of boilerplate of like, make a temporary directory with the test name, which is something I've started to write in almost every test suite relating to AI that I have been writing.
Indeed, I agree.
These are the 126 release notes. So these are the 126 release notes. We'll take another look at them when it's going to be time for 126. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more things here, a lot more details. These release notes are actually pretty. And I'm not actually going to open this page ever again. I'm just going to wait for Anton Zhivanov, who we've had on the show, to release his interactive release notes, which is the only way I consume these release notes going forward. So, Jonathan, anything you want to share before you drop off to eat your speaker dinner?
Yeah, I'm going to go eat some carnitas al pastor or something. I don't remember what I ordered. I don't have anything to share. Looking forward to doing a call that I can actually hear next week.
Nice.
Standing here in a noisy parking lot, so...
Everybody say thanks for Danshan. Woo!
Enjoy your meetup. See y'all later.
Bye, dude. Moving on. The next thing I want to bring up. So we, on the show, had John Cricket, who does these coding challenges.
So I'm John Cricket, and I disagree with you because I'm the author of Coding Challenges. And I push a different way of learning a programming language. Before we get to that, though, to answer your question, I'm a software engineer, been doing it for 28 years now. Done all sorts of things, from railway signaling systems to the typical web apps like a lot of people. More recently, I've been dabbling in Go.
Ever since, at least for me, like LLM-based programming and agents running in the background doing my job, and I'm just reviewing their annoying code, I've cherished every opportunity I've had to like hands-on code without them. So it could either someone is interviewing with me and they just like finished using the LLM to interview with the code and I can like walk through their code line by line, or maybe I'm just doing something fun. These coding challenges have been a thing in my inbox ever since we interviewed John. Where I'm looking and I'm like, man, if only I could find the hour to actually do that challenge. But to John's credit, he's continued posting these. And in my inbox recently, the 100th challenge has dropped. So if you're doing any interview prep, or if you just want to like code by hand like the Stone Ages, I feel like these challenges are great because they're not lead codey. They're actual super practical projects. Some of them are just like implement ls or implement like word count or something like that, which is, I think I told John this in the interview, but that's how I taught people at previous company Rust. I was just like, everybody knows word count. It's really easy to implement. Let's implement the word count in Rust, this sort of coding challenge. This 100 challenge looks super interesting because it's implementing a BitTorrent client. To me, this sounded like super complicated. I use like the BitTorrent protocol to download free stuff that is available and totally legal. And I just turn on my VPN while I'm doing it for fun and not because I'm super scared after moving to the US from people catching on. But let's say I wanted to implement my own. Doing this challenge seems like a pretty cool way to do this. Obviously, there are a lot of ways you could support coding challenges to actually start doing them. I just want to highlight that getting to 100, like a nice round number of challenges. 100 challenges is like more than enough for anybody to basically master the language. Importantly, this is not a Go thing. So you can implement this in whatever language you want. You can use LLMs. You can try to not use them. You can do whatever you want. I've actually used some of the challenges just to practice up on my Rust more, which is the one of these languages which I only dabble in and did like not a lot of production work on. But there's like a spec. Strings are base 10 strings, and do it like this, do it like that. You can just start implementing it. If you do, shoot John an email and be like, this is my solution. And at least based on my previous interaction with him in the interview, he's a super nice guy and he'll probably tell you like, good job or whatever. Also, I feel like some of the projects, I comb through the backlog. Some of them are pretty simplistic. Some of them, if I saw them on like someone's GitHub who was interviewing, it would be like, damn, cool. This person implemented their own like BitTorrent client, for example. So I thought that was pretty cool. Congrats for reaching challenge number 100. And I really wait for John to get to the next round number, which is 128, and get to that challenge. All right, Filippo, cut here for 1 sec. That's it for the news part. Let's move to a quick but interesting ad break telling you about this week's sponsor, Forge. Thanks for listening to or attending Capo Go. You were about to start. This show is supported by you, the listener. There are a few ways in which you can support, which you've probably heard, and I see Josh spacing out already because I repeat this every time. This week, we want to say a lot of thanks to our sponsor, Forge. And I have Hima from Forge here to tell you what Forge is, are they hiring, why you should buy them, et cetera, et cetera. So Hima, take it away.
So yeah, Forge is creating the next layer of human-computer interaction. We can now at this point automate anything that a human can do on a computer, just given your English instructions at this point. And to do so, we've been able to create our own English programming language and runtime that can now combine the intelligence of LLMs with the accuracy and determinism of code. And so yeah, at this point, we've been able to automate multi-hour-long human workflows at higher than human quality that's been deployed around the world. And yeah, if you want to work on interesting problems that require everything, the entire stack from the IDE to the compiler to the runtime to the infra, we're hiring and growing.
Thanks a lot, Forge, for sponsoring this week's episode, sponsoring the meetup. If you're listening, you're not enjoying this, but like bringing drinks and guacamole and nachos, that was awesome. Yeah, they have a beautiful, beautiful San Francisco office / mansion. And I highly recommend, if you're in the SF area and you're looking for a job right now, to contact them. All the links will be in the show notes and in our Slack channel, #CupOfGo in the Gopher Slack. But, you know, I have a hookup to Hima in the company. So I could put your CV directly in if you're hiring, or if you want to buy Forge, if automating things in an English programming language with better than human accuracy sounds like something that you'd be interested in. Go ahead and do that. At least based on their digs, they're a really, really good company. And yeah, this is the sponsor for this week's episode. I will remind, if you want to find any of our links or email us, you can find everything at cupofgo.dev, including our new swag. So we have a new hat. It actually arrived. It looks sick. I love it. The big new stickers, the recursive Gopher stickers, Cup of Go, Brewster stickers, I should say. And yeah, all the links to Patreon and all the normal stuff that you're aware of. let's run to a quick lightning round. Lightning round. My thing for the lightning round today is I recommend you go read a blog post called The Evolution of Caching Libraries in Go. It goes through a bunch of different options, how to implement caches, like real caches that actually happened in the past. Is the cache on heap or off heap? I've found myself implementing caches myself a few times. Honestly, I don't mind saying that because like they didn't hire me at the end. But I interviewed and passed the technical rounds for Microsoft, and they asked me to implement the cache twice. So knowing this stuff, especially if you're interviewing right now, is pretty important. And honestly, like, I don't know, 50% of my bugs have been related to caches. So there are a lot of how to improve cache implementations here, which is really interesting. And sort of the conclusion is, if you want to make an informed decision on which cache to pick, instead of just letting the LLM wrap a function with, oh, cache it for me, please. This is relevant. This is obviously specifically relevant to Go developers, but it's relevant to even if you're working in other languages, like regrettably me. This will do it for this episode. Thanks a lot for listening, and program exited. Goodbye.